Welcome back to the wonders that is Salvage Sunday. People have been requesting this for a while, but I wanted to wait till the 2.0.2 build got dropped onto the main Steam. Basically make sure that everything was ready to go. But now that it's back, it's time to delve straight into things once more. Now, what is Salvage Sunday? Salvage Sunday is the series where you, at home, send me a save file where you think by yourself, I don't know how to deal with this particular situation. What should I do? And please show it to us on what we should do. And that's fair enough. This was sent in by Klearovsky. Apparently, he is in a war in heaven situation, as you can see on screen. Basically, what he is saying is that he was personally going to try to join the military isolationists who have woken up as the Queptilian Reconquerors down here, and basically go from there. I have to disagree with you there, Klearovsky. There is a better way, or at least I feel there is a better way of handling this. Now, obviously, a war in heaven situation is definitely not something to be too cautious about, because they can effectively destroy your entire empire if you're not careful enough. Now, first of all, just allow me to explain the situation here and why I think that we should not join any of the fallen empires and that we shall take no sides within the conflict. First of all, we have a Grand Concord with us, which is a federation. And right now, we are on the cusp of becoming the federation president, which should mean that we get quite a lot of additional fleet power in that. I say on the cusp, it's still like 7 years away, which still is a fairly large amount. But still, the amount of ships that we can get out of this is definitely not insignificant. As you see, the forward defense fleet is at 37,000 fleet power, with a whole bunch of small stuff being poured in there pretty effectively right now. So what we're going to do is we are going to not take any sides in this conflict, and in the meantime we're going to need to work on re-establishing our economy. Now, one of our big problems right now is our starbase capacity is currently set to 15, and we only have 9, and we already have 19 built as well. We are way over our naval capacity. Now, thankfully, we're about to get Manifest Destiny, which increases our starbase capacity by 2, which means that we need to dismantle 2 starbases somewhere. I am kind of looking at this one over here. Sure, it does add a bunch of shipyards and whatnot, so that could be useful, but overall, we still have a bunch of money that we can use. And on top of that, if we look at our sectors, we have a bunch of resources in store that we can use to balance our economy where necessary. Also, we appear to be building a new Titan. That's always nice. So let's go to our fleet manager and take a look at our basic fleet, the Classis 1. I like the Roman approach here. It's very nice. What we're going to do is we're going to try to merge as much as we can into our main fleet as we can. I will leave this Classis 3. There's a bunch of cruisers in here. In all, cruisers in 2.0 are not that great. We also want to turn off auto-generating designs. So let's just remove these auto-generated designs. If we can find... Is it this one? I don't know. Yeah, we got the Venator class. That's auto-generated. Nervita is auto-generated. We've got a Tiberius class destroyer. We got a Julius Caesar class Titan, and that's not all that great. So we're going to go and get rid of those. And in the meantime, as you may have noticed, our technology, we currently only have antimatter reactors, so 0 point is not on the table just yet. So why am I not going to join this fallen empire or this awakened empire? Because I feel that we are still in a fairly good position to establish ourselves as a strong contender within the galaxy. Also, there is the question of, should we actually be going for gateway travel? It's 58 months. It's still quite a while away. Should we really be going for gateways in this particular scenario? I would disagree. Why? Because our fleets are equipped with psionic jump drives, which allow us to basically jump around very, very quickly around the galaxy, which is exactly what we want. So that's definitely something there. So I'm going to remove this one. And considering how far along is it, 73 months, that's way too far along. We could go for arc emitters, 61 months, or energy attack. But 0 point reactor may actually be useful. However, considering the scenario that we are in, I'm actually not going to go 0 point power. And that's because sooner or later, these fallen empires are going to meddle in our stuff, and they're going to declare war, which means that we'll be in a perfect position to race down this pipe here and basically take down their stations, research them, and then basically take control of their technology. So we can completely bypass 0-point power in that case and go straight for the enigmatic technologies, or I think dark matter it is called in 2.0. So what are our options? Well, arc emitters are exceptionally good. Probably one of the best bow weapons within the game. So that is good. Also, we have just won a war, apparently. That is very nice. Okay, cool. So let's get this out of the way. Also, let's take a look at our planets. And I have done a little bit of scouting around here. And it would appear that you have a planet that is incredibly useful for our current economic situation, but has not been done anything with so far. And I believe it is this ocean world that has 2 Betharian, power units on it. That is 50 power. That is just currently not being used. So we're going to go and colonize this. What is close nearby to that? Is this a system with a planet in it? It is not, but this station is tanky as hell. This one in particular, this station is, it's a 50,000 fleet power station, which is really good to say the least. Is there a planet in here? There is. Yeah, there is. Okay, so Candaria Prime is going to be the place that we're going to build our colony ship on. So, Candara Prime. We have a habitat somewhere as well. Candara Prime. That's this one. Okay, cool. And we're going to place that right here. We're going to give it a cool name. Kazad. Perfect. Kazad will do. I was going to name it Kazadum, but apparently the game doesn't like it very much. So we have a new casus belli containment on the enforcers as well as the compilers. The compilers are a species of, let's take a look, where are the compilers? 001 Link. They are determined exterminators. That is always great. They are on our borders, which is never a good thing. We have the Omni Index, and where are the compilers? They're, oh, no, it's a committee. Ah, here they are. Well, they're really far away, so driven assimilators, and we don't want to activate any of our gates because there's gates in their territory, which they have activated, so we're not going to touch gates at all. If we do, we'll be fighting on multiple fronts at once, and as they say, fighting on multiple fronts will, like attacking Russia in winter, is generally not a very good idea. Okay, so our main capital fleet is currently sitting in this system. That's fine. And we have a bunch of Unity stuff. We're not going to tick up databank uplinks. It's currently bugged. If we click this, we already have the discovery tree finished off. I'm pretty sure we do. Instead, we're going to go for diplomacy, because I wouldn't be surprised that our Federation is going to grow exponentially very soon. Let's take a quick look at our planets. What do we got? What kind of species are we actually? We are psionic. That's good. Authoritarian, militarists, and spiritualists, and post-apocalyptic, which means that we can basically plan ourselves down wherever we want. Philosopher King, ruler level cap, +2. Very nice, in combination with post-apocalyptic, where a leader lives an average of 10 years longer. Very nice indeed. And aristocratic elite. That was a difficult word. Governor leader +2, and empire leader capacity +2 as well. So that is really nice. And our leader is currently a champion of the people, military pioneer, so our ships are cheap to upgrade and whatnot. Do we have eyes on these boys? So, servitor class construction ship. They have jump drive, so do we. We've got the better one. We got psionic jump drive, the best one in the game. And that makes me also think that we will see the Unbidden very soon, which is something I'm not particularly keen on. Okay, let's get these bad boys off the ground and just merge them into our main fleets. This is a system we've captured before. Let's quickly go through our sectors whilst we are here. Okay. A bunch of stuff in here that is not too great, but we can work with this. A lot of energy being produced. That's fine. Let's take a look at these guys. This one is Hyperborea, Regium. These are all being developed right now. And we got, of course, our other stations. Now, we've managed to capture these systems, I believe. So that is this one. These guys are not too happy about being conquered. Let's take a look at their species here. They have residents. They're not too happy, so let's set their rights. They're currently set to impoverished. We can put them to social welfare, just make them a little bit happier. Limited military service. That means that they can be built into armies, but not into leaders. They are agrarians, so we don't really want to do anything with them there. And then we got a couple pre-sapients, but we will purge them when necessary. Cool. All right, so the Omni Index, our neighbors, have been demanded to be a thrall of the Quaftilian Reconquerors. That was to be expected. I expect these guys, the Ruckdom Coalition, to be forced to be a thrall as well at some point. We're just going to swiftly ignore that whilst we are looking to upgrade our economy. This is a 12. Wow, this is... What's up with all these battle stations everywhere? This is fascinating. Okay, so we don't need this. We could just remove all these defense platforms. Because our goal right now... Okay, let's just wait until we get energy credits for food. We have enough food. Yeah, sure, that's fine. And as always, remember to turn that off. Cool. We don't have enough energy, so the curators want us to extend our deal with them. We are not interested at this time. There is starbase capacity +2. Immediately our economy stabilizes, which is great. And then we have another couple of options here. Uplift, we don't want to. Amoeba flagella, surprisingly good. There's a video in the works on this one. That's very interesting. I saw a comment on the subreddit the other day, which linked to a video that had not nearly enough views by a guy called Lawan, and he will also be featured in that video, about the Amoeba flagella. Turns out they are surprisingly good. In the meantime, what is cheap? What is good? We need to cycle our tech. These tile blockers, they only cost 5 months, so that's going to be nice and quick. Let's take a look at our fleet manager while we're at it. We want less corvettes, significantly less corvettes here. Depending on what kind of design is this. Yeah. Like, this is fine. This design, I just rather... Yeah, this is... I would almost say that this missile design is better. These destroyers... It's just the standard flanking destroyers. How about this one? Yeah, this is a neutron launcher destroyer. Then we got a flak destroyer. We definitely want to have more of those. The cruiser, Longbeard class, is a... This looks like a classic ship-of-the-line design, which is sadly no longer relevant anymore. So we'll just remove that. The Venor class is a missile boat, but this looks like an auto-generated design, actually. That is a shame. Yeah, it's an auto-best design. The Vengeance class is a cruiser with disruptors. We got a battleship, which is using mega cannons, which in all is not bad. It does have long-range projection, but we want to throw a Titan in here just to mix things up a little bit. Honestly, I kind of want to see more battleships. Okay, let's just remove the cruisers completely. That should give us enough room to add the Titan in there. It looks like the Titan is being added nominally, whatever the word there is. And then there's a bunch of other classes that are not all that interesting. The carrier or carrier class, I think this is a carrier. Yeah. So it uses advanced strike craft, kinetic artillery. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with this interface issue. Overall, yeah, okay, this is a neutron battleship. We want more of those. Cool. So that's fine. We don't have the resources to reinforce right now, but overall, I think we're in a fairly good spot because this war in heaven is going to break loose sooner or later. And once that happens, well, let's put it this way, we're going to need to do some work. Okay, the League of Unaligned Powers, not all the younger races. We are not going to join the League of Non-Aligned Powers because then we'll be, once again, dragged into a war in heaven. It is simply too dangerous. Okay. That's fine. Sildor Dynastic Union. So who is going to be joining this here aligned powers thing? I see 3, 4. No, is the compilers already joined in? Yeah, the Star Accord. So the Star Accord seems to be okay so far. Yeah, okay, so we have the Sidor Alliance as well as us as part of this alliance. The Sidor themselves are fairly good. They are strong. The naval capacity is overwhelming, which means it will add a shit ton of fleet power. And we're going to make a migration treaty deal with them just so we can fill up our planets a little bit quicker. But sooner or later, we are going to go to war here. And I would not be surprised if it's going to be a particularly bloody one. With a bit of luck, we should be able to... Yeah, this is what I was afraid of. Okay, so the Fallen Awakened Empire will try to expand very quickly. It does not have a lot of space to expand into. And this is the thing with Awakened Empires. They are incredibly weak when they first awaken, that is. The only way Awakened Empires can survive is by basically expanding as fast as they can.
Vessels upgraded.
All right, the Star Accord is in there. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so all this stuff is just joining down in here. Let's lock you towards the defense fleets. There we go. So there's already 80,000 fleet power in this system, which is not insignificant to say the least. Okay, we are one over our capacity. So that means we need to disassemble one starbase somewhere. What's in here? Yeah, let's just downgrade this one, and that should basically help our economical stabilization quite a lot. There's also a bunch of stuff that has not been built up for some reason. You are building... Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so this is all going just fine and dandy. The Reconquerors. Interesting.
Technology secured.
The Dwarf Kingdom. Okay. Alright, what do we got? Defoilance. Citadel of Faith. Always good. Alright, we're going to fast forward things here until something interesting happens. Sooner or later, we are going to get attacked. And that's when all the fun begins, no doubt. And then we'll take it from there. Okay, so it would appear that we are now the head of our alliance, which is exactly what we wanted. We're going to move the entire capital fleet over here, and this is going to be our, well, basically we're going to be using these guys as the tip of the spear, so to speak. There's a lot of battleships in this, a lot of cruisers as well. We're going to ignore the cruisers completely because they are completely and totally useless to us. But what we're going to be using these for, not as a Citadel of Faith, we're going to be using these guys to take the Queptilian Reconquerors separately. We're not going to join in the war in heaven at all. We're going to declare war on them separately. All their allies seem to be completely and totally downtrodden. There's not much they can do. There is a Zum Committee fleet that is fighting over here, and that is fine for our experience, because as long as these guys are not within our territory or causing any problems, they are currently within our territory, but they're not going to cause any issues anytime soon. There's a Reconqueror's fleet over here. Oh, dear Lord, there's two of them, actually. Where are you guys going? Following the Fourth Order, even. So, they're currently in our capital system. Ooh, okay. So they're basically chasing each other down. So what we're going to do here is we're going to change our war doctrine to defense in depth. And we're going to need to do that in order to basically get as much territory under control as we can. We could potentially even go for the Mykonos enforcers ourselves. There is a lot of additional territory to be had here. And fleet-wise, we should be able to take them fairly easily, as they are only at about 60k fleet power for every batch. And we've got a significantly larger amount than that already with our fleets. And our economy is struggling a little bit because of that, but overall, I think that we can actually pull that off relatively easily. Plus, we can use a containment casus belli there, which is a total war casus belli, which basically means whatever territory we take, we keep instantly. Now, the Mykonos enforcers have a serious problem, and that is that they have a very limited amount of defenses, and also they only have these guys as their, well, their vassals, or at least satellites. And they won't be able to do anything all that much anyway, so it's not really all that problematic. Meanwhile, we have the forward defense fleet that is coming in very quickly. Let's just jump them over here, because that's going to be a lot quicker than to slow boat them all the way down. This galaxy is set up in a rather fascinating way, with a 0.5 hyperlane setup. But sometimes it helps, or it's a good idea to kind of wait to see how things are developing and then make your decision to attack. Like this, let's take like the Zum Committee and all that stuff. They're just running around here right now. We got the Reconquerors. They're just chilling out. They're sitting in these systems, and that is fine. Okay, so they're just taking these systems right now. They got a couple of enforcers over here as well still. So the enforcers are down here. They're actually bombing the planet, which is good for us, because it means that there will be no armies there when we finally do take these worlds. So it's a question of timing, really. When can we make the decision to invade the enemy proper? And that's kind of what is important here. So let's see whether or not we'll be able to do so. And on top of that, do we have border access to these guys? No, not that I can see. We can make them a trade deal, potentially. No, I'm not interested in that. Maybe some active sensor links. You guys want to do that? No, they don't like us enough for that. So what we're going to do is we are going to... Can we... No, we cannot. We cannot basically say, hey, you're our friends now. What's this? Teldar crystals. That's all fine. Basically, what we're waiting for right now is to finish up the diplomacy tree, so then we can get Galactic Contender. As soon as we have Galactic Contender, basically what that means is we can set things up in such a way that we get 33% damage to all of the Awakened Empires, which is exactly what we want. Okay, so this fleet has taken back this batch, which is fine for us. No idea where they're going for the moment. But as soon as we have Galactic Contender, which is about 90 months away, which is a fairly long period of time, then we should be able to just jump in and take all their territory. Their stations are probably around 80,000 fleet power, which is definitely not insignificant. But it's still something that we want to watch out for, as in something we can capture. New Ildar Khanate has been destroyed. That is very sudden. Let's talk to the Shroud. Ooh. We can take a look at the Feral Watchers and steal their tech. Uh-oh. Yep, they know. They knew that we were watching. That's unfortunate, and that means that they're not going to like us very much because of that. Oh, well. Yeah, there we go. Dwarves do not think you're loose and attempt to invade our minds has gone unnoticed. Mind invasion attempt modifier. There will be consequences. Well, you say that. Is a target that causes belly. Is there any way... Considering we're not at war, we could... Yeah, as soon as we have Galactic Contender, we could just take him with relative ease. So, considering we're not embroiled in the war in heaven right now, but we will... I would not be surprised that we will be at some point. Is that we can use this time to our advantage and basically say we are going to take the Watchers, so to speak. Unexplored. Can we go into this territory? No. Have they closed their borders to us? Yes. Okay, 001 Link won't like us very much. These guys do like us, though. And there is a gate in here. Maybe we should start considering doing gates again. And then we can activate this gate, go into compiler space, and then attack the Watchers. Take their technology, and then be in a better position to attack the Reconquerors. Because the technology boost, as well as the resource boost that we're going to get out of that, is definitely not insignificant. In the meantime, these guys, the Reconquerors, are just floating around our territory. I doubt that they want to trade anything. That's a bit of a shame. So I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. What we're going to do is we're going to forward things once again. And then we'll take it from there. See how things develop.
Construction complete.
Okay, so an opportunity has arisen, and we would be bad players if we did not grab this opportunity as fast as we could. So the Reconquerors, whilst they're now superior, their fleet power is equivalent to us.
Construction complete.
That means that they have been handled some very significant losses, and we're going to take this opportunity to pounce them into the ground if we can. If we can declare war, we can basically vote to contain them. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So we're going to move our ships into an assault position right here on the border, and then strike straight on this line and try to see if we can take their capital world. I'm also going to set the all of our fleets to encourage taking point. So let's hope that our allied fleets will then join us. Oh, there's the Reconquerors are inside of my ally space. That is slightly unfortunate. But I'm sure they can handle it. They got more than enough fleet power to deal with that sort of thing. And basically, they'll suddenly be embroiled inside of a war. So whatever. I don't really care about that. So, expertise field manipulation. What a joy. And I don't think any of the Reconquerors are currently at home. They're currently fighting this war with the unaligned powers fleets. And this is going to give us all the opportunity that we need in order to push back onto the enemy. So let's see if we can declare war. War for containments. Let's see if the vote goes through.
We have declared war to safeguard our interests.
Well, now we have declared a war on a fallen empire. And we are going to make a beeline for this system over here. Because we want to try to conquer as many of their systems as possible, as quickly as possible. There's a good reason for that. Any resources we can take away from the enemy is a resource they can use to build their fleets. We don't really care about these guys. They'll have their own problems. Basically, what we're doing right now is the Alliance is basically giving each other the middle finger, which is hilarious in its own pace. But then again, friends that are now are potential future enemies. And that's something that we want to avoid as much as possible. Meanwhile, this Reconqueror's fleet is stuck within its system, so there's not much they can do about it anyway. And the more of these systems we take, the better. And also we can add additional, basically experience to our fleets as well. So let's have all this stuff. You are going to be following the Alliance fleet, because the forward defense fleet is going to be taking point on all of this. They are going to be on the receiving end of all of this fleet power consistently. Oh, okay, Reconquerors claiming a little bit of territory of ours. That's fine. Alright, the forward defense fleet is moving in. And they'll be taking the brunt of the firepower here, so we don't really care about that. So that 50k station that is shooting at our fleets, they're actually shooting at the Alliance fleet. We don't care about that. That's basically a free fleet that's given to us. So as long as... There we go. So we have a little bit of additional fire now on the fields. Good. So let's take this opportunity to take this planet as fast as we can. We'll send the other... Okay, we can't go in there at the moment because of reasons. So let's take a look at their defense forces. Marginal, so we can take that relatively quickly. So this war is an incredible risk, but the real question is this going to be a worthwhile risk? And I like to think so. So what is the closest science ship that we have? You. Yeah, you over there. Jump into this system. We got some technology to re-engineer. Good. Good. Everything's looking up on Millhouse. Good. And let's do the surveying. One of our admirals has died. It was a main admiral, sadly. Thankfully, we had another one on standby anyway. So whilst this fleet is bombing, we will send these two fleets down the pipe here. Down the fee here. And then we're going to try to take the capital world. The capital world is the most important system to take. Mainly because of all the resources that the Fallen Empire is generating. Now, the Fallen Empires themselves, or at least the Awakened Empires, they get a massive bonus to building ships, which is something that you always want to watch out for. And so far, so good. It doesn't look like anybody's at home just yet. So, most likely the enemy is floating down in here. We've set our fleets to encourage. Yeah, this Queptilian... Oh, good lord, there's 2 Queptilian fleets down in here. That's fine. I don't give a shit about that alliance anyway. Oh, the consensus.
Technology secured.
Some stuff here.
Hulks vivisected.
What did we get? Naval capacity increase. 0. Yes. And now we're going to get access to dark matter deflectors, dark matter power. Now, that may not seem like an important deal, but considering we're still on cold fusion reactors It turns out that that is a pretty big dealio. So we want to keep our eye on that as much as we can. And in the meantime, the forward defense fleet is just very rapidly moving through Queptilian space. And that is exactly what we wanted. War is all about timing. We were just basically Switzerland for the longest time, and now the fleets are away from home. It's time for us to invade, and you're using clone armies. Pro tip, don't use clone armies. They are very, very, very bad. Good, another station in our grasp. More technology for us. So we're going to go and jump the science ship into here so we can take the tech. Alright, how we're doing with this invasion force. Fairly swell. Yeah. We got our psionic armies in there, so they're basically using their mind bullets in order to get ahead of things. What is this? Just a station? Yes, it is. Okay, as long as we can effectively...
Invasion force has seized
yeah, I don't really care about martial law, and we will create a new sector based around this. Good. And then the capital fleets can rejoin the other one. You can go over here. That's fine by me. Let's get the transport fleets together, and you can jump over here. There is an enemy fleet coming in. It's a Reconqueror fleet. We may need to fall back here. Where are you going? You're attacking the 5th fleet. So they have 59,000 fleet power. That is a significant amount. We may need to fall back here for now. Yeah, okay. Let's fall back. And then these guys can join in. So we'll fall back with our capital fleet and then start making a push. This is our goal. These 2 planets, Boundary and Core. If we can take those, we will effectively have the resources to win the war. Which is exactly what we want. Oh god, they are so fast. It's not even funny. Where's the science ship? Yeah, you. Time to get the hell out of Dodge. Okay. So right now we're just falling back to merge all of our fleets together in one doom stack. Let's take a look here. Oh, we got a gateway construction site that's actually being built. That's nice. Okay, so what can we get here? That is a site of revitalization center. That was probably a bunker. This is a fortress. So that's good. That was a energy nexus. We're just going to rebuild all this stuff anyway, so whatever. But yeah, it looks like they were actively building... Ooh, can my science ship get out? Get out. Alright, he got out. Good. Cool. Alright, so the forward defense fleet, you are going to join in here. You're going to join this guy. And these guys are going to jump in right on top of us. There are a bunch of battleships.
Enemy vessels.
And we can talk to the Shroud. Decrease ship upkeep. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, baby. Decreased ship upkeep is a boon and a half. And now the Fallen Empire is going to be very much on the toast side. Good. So we're going to take this system. Is there a fortress on this world? There is. So the fortress is generating a FTL inhibitor. So we need to bomb that fortress into oblivion. So that's our next goal. And then we can make a beeline for their capital world. Meanwhile... Ooh, okay. That's actually not too bad. So it looks like the Dynastic Union has some firepower in here. We're trying to take a couple of worlds, but I'm not too concerned about that. There's a fleet in here. Oh, that's the whatever remained of that other capital fleet. 301. So that shouldn't be too difficult. Can we add a leader to this? Yes, we can. So adding a quick general to that fleet.
Hulks vivisected.
And we got dark matter now. That's good. Let's just land the armies as soon as we can. The clone armies are just generally terrible.
invasion commenced.
Like, I really, really prefer psionics or gene warriors or even just general assault armies. Like, the clone ones are cheap, sure, but are they any good? That is the question.
Ground invasion force has seized a planet.
Follow this, and this will be our next goal. What do we got in here? 34,000 fleet power. So this sector we just set up, we're going to extend that down in here. A little bit of an uprising issue, nothing that martial law can't fix, because we're going to do it in the mix. Yes, I know, you can shoot me for that one. Let's reinforce our fleets. Now, we are in attacking war here, so I don't think we can very easily get minerals out. Yeah, it will cost us 100, but it's still worth it, bro. Let's take a look at this planet. What do we got? Yeah, these are just all science bays. So, we are very... There's a larger fleet in here. Oh, that's a battleship fleet that was just rebuilding.
Hulks vivisected.
That's fine. Okay, so they're just holding together right now. Okay. Somehow we are...
Construction complete.
Oh, right, because of the Fallen Empire shenanigans that's going up in here. But at least most of their fleet are busy somewhere else. So 4 battle cruisers. Is that it? Ooh, that's dangerous. That's 4 battle cruisers. Who cares? Okay, done. And that's just nothing. That's just a single support ship. Good. Excellent. So, our assigned ship has more stuff to science. That's good. What do we got down here? The Commonwealth Fleet. So, what we're going to do is we are going to sit on this station for a little bit whilst we are basically repairing before our next strike. We have a bunch of our leaders, our admirals are upgrading quite rapidly. That's good. Let's just do a quick reinforce here and take it from there. We could trade energy for minerals. Actually, let's go and do that. Yeah, most of the Fallen Empire, Awakened Empire fleet is on the other side of the galaxy. So whatever. What do they say? Noble sphinxes such as yourself. Alright. I will give you... they're not really interested in that. Oh, wow. Okay, that's not a good deal. This is where we find out that... Oh, no, we got curators, obviously. That means that there is... Riggins. Let's get for energy... 50 for... No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to trade for energy. No, I wanted to trade for minerals, sorry. Okay, for minerals, 50 minerals for 100 energy a month. That's fine. So they'll have a little bit of additional resources there. Okay. Alright, so our fleet is just reinforcing. Just our destroyers that are coming in. That's fine. How long until we are at the end of the... 51. So we got 2 years until we lose control of the fleet. So we need to take control of that system within the next 2 years. Now, I know that there is an 80k fleet, 80k station in here. So we're going to lose quite a lot in this. So we're just currently just quickly fixing this fleet. A lot of hull. Just waiting for the hull to heal up.
Secured.
Devastator torpedoes, always nice. That means we can start refurbishing our corvettes. Those are all combat stations. And Devastator torpedoes. Now, Devastator torpedoes penetrate armor, penetrate shield, 50% damage to armor, and then attack stuff. So what we want to do is we want to make something that attacks the armor, so we can directly attack the hull.
Hulks vivisected.
Okay, so that's good. How we're doing on the science department? Can we go for them yet? Well, we're almost there. Almost stole their tech. Well, stealing, he says. More like Scientist has died. Oh, that's the night ship. Whoa, psionic expertise and a psionicist. That's pretty wicked. Okay, so let's move in here. Again, the Alliance fleet is going to take point. We're going to jump in there. We're going to take the station. We're going to take their capital worlds. And we will be in an excellent position. Because that's basically their main capital yard. So we should be able to, A, destroy their ability to basically build anything. And B, oh god, my normal fleet is taking point. That is less than optimal. Ooh, this is, oh no. Are we gonna have enough? I think we're gonna have enough. Come on, attack the armor. Just the hull. I just need a little bit more. There it is. Okay, good. And now we need to move in as soon as we can. Reinforce the fleet. What did we lose? Droning optimizations. Let's just quickly re-enable that. Yeah, we lost about 100 fleet power in that fight. But we need to take the core and boundary. And on top of that, they have now lost one of their main construction facilities. So they will not be able to get as many ships on the field. And I know, and considering most of their fleets are away from home, we got a small fleet over here. These stations are a little bit less impressive, I think. Yeah, they got a couple of Devastator class stuff on there. But in the meantime, we're going to get a ridiculous amount of resources out of this. As soon as this is done, we're going to survey the system. Okay, we've managed to take their most important stuff. That's excellent. And with these amount of resources a month...
declared.
Uh-oh, we are now at war with 001. Ooh, okay.
Construction complete.
Alright, what are the forces on these planets? 1,800, damn. That's gonna take a little bit of time. Okay, so they are attacking the wormhole system. Alright, I can afford to lose that. That's fine. Good. Alien tourism, thank you. Now the real question is, do we still want to go galactic contender or not? Like it is... We're gonna wait for anything here. If we land in towards a position where we're just like, yeah, we should probably do that, then sure. Like if we're in a big fight or about to jump into a big fight, then getting access to those things is rather important. They're bombing a planet somewhere? They took the wormhole system. That's fine. As long as they don't use a wormhole to go into our space, then we're fine. Okay, so they have a very limited amount of fleet power remaining. And next year, the Alliance fleet is going to be moved back. So this is 10k? Fuck it, we'll just see if we can just take the system. Again, with the Alliance fleet, because we're getting so many resources from that. And if we can, we will. What's in here? This is some of their fleet yards, 53k. I can easily take that. At least for the moment. Okay, so... whilst we're slowly but steadily whittling down... and this is not going to go anywhere anytime soon... we're going to go and fast forward things here a little bit, and then take it from there. obviously, Salvage Sunday just got a little bit more interesting with a ghost signal popping up. I kind of expected the Unbidden to arrive because we've been abusing the Shroud so much. But apparently not. So that's interesting.
Construction complete.
So we're most likely gonna get completely boned by the worlds that are gonna pop up pretty much everywhere.
Technology
So
secured.
that's fine. I got Zero Alien Zoo. I went to the zoo yesterday, by the way. That was fun. Looking at the animals. Oh, hello. What's this? Oh, it's the Alliance Fleet. I was wondering where you guys are. Did my science ship not jump in there? Well, they will now. Yeah, so the Reconquerors literally have no opportunity to rebuild their fleets right now, which means that they are effectively out for the count. And that also means that this war in heaven is basically done. The Enforcers will have won this. But then there is, of course, the question of contingency, which is a whole different ball game, absolutely. Now, we're not going to be covering how to destroy contingency in this particular playthrough. Mainly because we kind of already are doing that in our Roman playthrough. As in general, I would already consider this game salvaged because the Reconquerors literally cannot do anything. The war in heaven has effectively been won unless something really strange happens. And for some reason, we're also now at war with 001.
Technology secured.
And Alien Zoo is here. Tomb World Habitability, which we already are, funnily enough. And Kazad should be ready to have its Betharian stone refineries up and running. And of course, the Alien Zoo as well. So we're going to move you over here, we're going to move you over there, and we're going to move you over there. Okay, and there's some more dark matter shenanigans. They're trying to... Uh-oh. The malfunctioning synthetics are here. I would like to point out that just because... Can we actually get the hell out of here? Yeah, we can. And we're going to lose this leader. It's only a 1 star, so it's not the end of the world. So, whatever. Unless we manage to get out of here. Oh, we did. Okay, well, that's fine. And my fleet is reinforcing pretty much constantly. I'm not entirely sure what my Alliance fleet is doing. We can also add 2 additional star bases if we really want to, which is something we are going to do. This is more of a question of what, where, when, and how. And we can also use this opportunity to... Can we not jump in here? There's no route? Where are you?
Technology secured.
Oh, right, because we don't have the bridge yet. There's the tile blockers. Ascension theory. Absolutely. Always go for it. Because we still have an ascension theory open as well. So, depending on where contingency is going to drop in, we'll be able to handle them. Minerals. Yes, I'll take those. And the capital fleet. We can upgrade them. Probably add all that Neutronian armor we were talking about earlier. Yeah, 21k on this station is pretty good. We're almost at the point where we can invade the core. Let's hope we don't crater all this stuff. There's the shrouds. Increase shield strength. Yeah. So as long as we don't crater any of this stuff, we should be in a good spot. Although right now I don't think we can attack them just yet. Because if we crater any of these buildings, we lose some pretty awesome structures. That would be missing synthetics. Yeah. The Reconquerors are pretty much toast. I'm actually really surprised that the Enforcers have not done anything. You're here to submit to our regulations. I'm good. Okay, thanks. But yeah, if we can take this system before the contingency arrives, that would be really swell. We can probably add some psionic armies here. Yeah, amazing. They are very expensive, by the way, but totally worth it. So as soon as this drops about 900, we'll jump in there, although I don't think our armies are going to survive for very long. Still no cratering, though, so that's good. And the Reconquerors are trying to rebuild their... Oh, they've lost their capital fleet. Oh, what a delight. So the Sildar Dynastic Union has basically bounced back. We have effectively contained the Reconquerors. And with that, as we are on the cusp of taking their core worlds, ignoring contingency, which we will do shortly as soon as they spawn, that is, then we will wrap up this Salvage Sunday, because not necessarily will we always get contingency. It could be Unbidden, could be the Praetorian Scourge, but the contingency is not within the purview of this particular salvage operation. We did what we started out to do. We managed to wait on the exact moment where the enemy would be in a position of weakness with reduced fleets, a border ready to be conquered, and on top of that, our fleet being bolstered by a fairly large alliance fleet, allowing us to punch through their defenses and basically take their worlds, which, if they were at home with all their fleets, we would not have been able to do, which is something that we want to keep within the back of our heads, because, well, they... more synthetics. That's unfortunate. Okay, let's see if we can quickly get these guys to join it. What's the jump range here? It's marginal, I guess. So, where are you? Over here? Okay, we can jump everybody in there. What do you want? Minerals. Yes, I'll take that. Now, I want to point out their economy is currently not stable. That is within the realm of acceptance. Okay. Just merge these two bad boys up. And then merge them over in our army space. Now, as far as I know, I cannot confirm this 100%. Jumping a army fleet does not actually impact their capability of fighting. So that is something you want to keep. Oh, goddammit, we created a thing. That is highly unfortunate. Let's hope it was nothing important. Okay, so... Yeah, okay, so these are all now coming off the production line. Let's merge them all into the psionic fleet. Boundary, in the meantime, also an interesting target. Let's see if we can do something with this. I don't think this is going to be enough.
Planetary invasion commenced.
Okay. Like, it's a little bit so-so. Our psionic warriors are holding. Our admiral's going to die. Or our general is going to die, maybe. We're still at an advantage, funnily enough. But we are going to lose quite a lot of strength here, but nothing that we can't handle. Yeah, we're at 2-1 advantage. There's the summons. We got a hostile enemy fleet. Oh, the Reconquerors are back. What a delight. Where are you guys going? Oh, they're attacking my main fleet. What a surprise. Doesn't matter. The core is ours.
The invasion force has seized a planet.
And our military goals are looking stronger by the second. So let's just add this to a sector. You have some uprising stuff going on. Why is there no governor here?
Station under attack.
So let's take the opportunity here to nuke these 2 battleships from orbit. I'm not entirely sure. A fleet, all ships in his fleet must be. Thought that everything had them. Oh, well, they're trying to take back some systems, but they're not going to be very useful. Like, sure, it'll take back 2 systems. Whoop-de-doo. What a delight. I'm sure that's going to be a challenge and a half to take back. Oh no, 2 whole battleships. Woe is me. 1, 2, 3. Thanks for the science. And actually, let's just send you in here as well. Did we not? I was about to say, did we not take the system? But we did. Good. Where is this sign ship? Is it just around the corner? Yeah, it is. There's no route. Well, it's a good thing we can jump then. How is this looking? A little bit too powerful still, but... yep. That's fine. Let's see if we can take Boundary, and then that'll be it for this Salvage Sunday. Can we jump? Oh wait, we got our Alliance fleet here, so whatever. So we've managed to take the core. Let's rebuild all of this stuff, because it is important that we do, because all the resources we're going to get out of this. Our economy will stabilize completely, and it's going to be glorious. Can I do some... No, I can't. That's a shame. We're bombing the planet from orbit anyway, so whatever. Oh wow, they managed to rebuild their fleet slightly. What a delight. And there's the arrival. Alright, let's see, take a look. Let's see how unsalvageable this has become. Maybe over here. Here would be good. Here would be good. Here would be good. Definitely not here. Like, also not here. We kind of need those guys. Let's, uh-oh. Where is this? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, we can handle that. That's fine. That's nice and far away. The Mykonas instantly opened up their borders because they're like, nope, 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 nope. And I think all of our... Oh, the Machine Empire is waking up. Yep, okay, that's fine. There's the second one. Still within reasonable distance of us, so it's not going to cause any problems, hopefully. And boundary under attack. Oh, great, we created one of the... Can we just... Oh, there's the third one. Where is this? Oh, we can see it. Oh, dear. Yeah. Yeah, that is... Oh, God. It only has one way to go. And this is why it's sometimes difficult to play with 0.5 hyperlanes, because they got only one way of getting out of that system. And that's through my own space. Defender of the Galaxy is fun. Yeah, and they will very rapidly decide to move out. That is highly unfortunate and kind of hilarious. And there's nothing we can do about it either, because our fleets are not equipped to deal with that whatsoever. Thankfully, it's fairly far away from anywhere useful, so at least that's... Oh, and the last one spawns in the middle of the Empire. Well, all of our initial strategic goals have been set. I'm going to send out the original save file and link it into the description of this video. Maybe you can have a bash of it. It's not always guaranteed that contingency shows up. It's also not guaranteed that your alliance is not going to be dragged into the war in heaven and whatnot. This is just an illustrator of how to deal with these sort of situations. Just because the game gives you the option to join an alliance or to fight alongside of something, it doesn't necessarily mean that you should. Sometimes you just have to go and say, screw you guys, I'm going to do my own thing and with blackjack and hookers instead, because that is the more optimal way of playing. Now, obviously, contingency has spawned at the end of our playthrough, and 2 machine worlds have decided to spawn within our empire instead of this giant empire to the south. Whatever, it's not always guaranteed that will happen, but still, the illustration of taking the right decision at the right time, jumping on top of an enemy whilst they are weak or when their fleets are away or embroiled in some sort of fight across the galaxy, so that you can jump in and take their core worlds. Especially with Awakened Empire, when you have the containment casus belli, this is incredibly powerful. Especially if you have an alliance fleet to back you up in that case. We're going to wrap up Salvage Sunday here. I am going to consider this game somewhat salvaged, as contingency is obviously here as well. I'm sorry to say, but if we would continue this empire would be dead, because there is no way in hell that we're going to hold back contingency with this type of fleet. Sorry about that. Regardless, we're going to go and wrap it up here. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to send in your Salvage Sundays below in the comments. Use a WeTransfer with your save file. Send it over, and I'll take a look at it and see what we can do to see if we can salvage your game on Sunday. If you like the series, feel free to give it a like and or subscribe. There's always more content going up on the channel for your enjoyment. But with that, on that bombshell, we're going to wrap it up here. And thank you so much for watching. And until next time, take good care of yourselves. And oh, this is just unfortunate.